This is Wake Up Zambia Prime Television Weekend Breakfast Show. And of course, I did mention we're going to be talking to typical PMC Philemon Mwansa about the issue of artists getting involved in campaign songs, talking about doing it for the sake of business. And of course, we've had some implications. Some people have actually had come out and said they've been actually cut out of government events. That is really busy. And what our governor's family also came through and also mentioned to say also at some point they were cut out of government events. Philemon, how are you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you doing?
I'm great, man. Good morning to you. And
Good
of
morning.
course, thank you so much for joining us
on Wake Up Zambia.
Brother man, the issue we're looking at here is the issue of artists. I know for a fact that you actually deal with a lot of artists in the music industry. That's why I thought of having this conversation with you right here on Wake Up Zambia. Artists, first of all, your take on artists getting involved in political songs or probably in campaign songs.
It's a two-way thing. And this is not the first time that we're seeing artists getting involved in such things. We know how much impact music has when it comes to music and the role the music does play. If you remember, even way back, artists used to be not doing music for specific political songs, for certain political parties. They used to do music to speak on behalf of the people. Nowadays, it's now artists that have taken it up and just say, it's in business. When someone pays us, we get our money, then we can do a song in the business. I remember I had a conversation with Chester. That was 2 years ago, something that we share on our Prime TV social media platform, where he mentioned saying, because I asked him the question, that was on Joy FM, I asked him a question saying, would you still do a political song for any other political party? And he mentioned saying, ask for as long as you pay us, we're good to go. And also he mentioned about him saying his vote is secret, but the song, if it's paid, it's a service. But the people, they don't understand. Sometimes this is why you see certain artists don't get involved in political affairs to do with songs, because they know saying, I'm going to divide myself with the people that follow my music. Some will just refuse. Doesn't matter how much you're going to offer them, they're going to say, I'm not going to do any political song. Because they're also afraid saying, I don't want to be regarded as, I'm supporting this political party or I'm supporting this political party. But for some others are going to say, are you going to give us the money if we don't do this? And look at, they will even give you reasons saying, look at, if we don't make events, just you selling the music itself is not enough for you to sustain yourself. So everyone has an explanation of something, and everyone feels they are right with their explanation. Sometimes everyone would even justify themselves why they are doing that, and saying, this is the only time I'm going to make good money at the end of the day right there. But I just don't know, man. But it's a two-way thing.
Okay.
It's how you feel yourself. It's your conscience. This is why some people will say, when you are approached, make sure that you know about the manifesto of that political party. Does it align with how you feel like, am I supporting? That's what some people will say. So that in case of cases, you don't find yourself in problems. That's what some people say.
But let's look at what you have said. You've said people probably get into political songs because of the monies which is involved. Looking at that statement as well as how many artists have come on board now, even before, even the time that we actually had the PF government, and now that we're having the UPND government, you've seen a lot of artists getting involved and doing political songs. I, for one, if I go on YouTube right now, I've seen artists coming together and doing some political songs. Do you think the Zambian music industry is not paying enough for artists just to say, okay, let me just wait for me to do a campaign song so that I can be able to get some shekels? Do you think probably we're not getting enough monies from the Zambian music industry?
From my analysis and based on what I've seen from the artists themselves, they are always saying we don't have the money in the industry. From my own analysis. And I think from the statistics of the artist, you tell and you will see how many artists have done political songs, and you will see saying, muli njala mu industry. There's need. Okay? even the government to come in and help these guys. There's need. Because just by them seeing them saying, everyone wants to, sometimes D-Black, Aaron, it's easy to speak from without. Because just because you have not been approached yet, you perceive it saying, I can't say no. But let's put it in a way that tomorrow you're approached, they give you saying, oh, we have 5 million on the table. We just want you to do one song. And you are the biggest artist. What are you going to do about it? And imagine, even you and me, we know, saying we were relying on Boomplay. No one in the industry is talking about what really happened with Boomplay. The only thing we know saying, oh, this person said they were the owners of this portal. This person says that there's no one who used to pay other artists. There's this information that has been going on around. No one has the full information. I remember I was having this conversation, and there's something about the industry itself. When you speak how you think or how you feel, people will disagree and think you're hating on them, but that is just your thought. We're yet to reach to a point where, as Zambia as a country, we reach to a point where just because I think a certain way doesn't make me your enemy. And we all know we can disagree to agree, not to become enemies at the end of the day. So even the industry, this is a challenge I've been having with a lot of artists where you ask about Boomplay. Because the reason why we're asking about Boomplay, because we wanted to know, was Boomplay really paying the artist? And most of them for the last 3-4 years now, they were saying, yes, we get money. Yes, we get paid. Only to know after 2 years, 1 year, that the guys were not getting paid. And there are people on the interview, the likes of El Mukuka, who came through and just mentioned saying, Boomplay is not legit. Boomplay is not paying. He came on the show. We still have that conversation in case someone wants to check it out on YouTube. It's there. And people got to him and just said, you're just jealous, you just hate, you what. But this is someone that might have done research on how the industry or how Boomplay works. But people just went on and just decided to judge him at the end of the day. So the reason why I'm bringing up this aspect of Boomplay, it's another way that we thought people are supposed to be ending something. Not the other way around where we just found out saying, oh, until now, there's no explanation of what really happened. So if they never got paid, can you blame them for doing a political song? Not everyone is endorsed. Not everyone is given events every weekend. But almost everyone now is investing in a music video. You find that if you ask one artist how much they spend just on a music video, approximately for you to have a good video, it should be above 15,000. Above 15,000. If it's less than, it's not of a good standard. If today we were to call one of the biggest videographer, they will tell you saying, if I go as low as my videos, one of the biggest, I won't mention names, you'll find that they even charge as far as 70,000, 70K. So where are you going to get that money if you're not making the money? So there are a lot of loopholes that are happening, and I feel like that's where Zam also has to come in. And there's a lot of concerns regarding Zam.
No. If we talk about now the issue of how all these things are happening in the music industry and how artists are suffering to make the monies, and why is it that artists cannot unite probably to involve government? Because I know for a fact that social media in Zambia is not monetized. And that is the biggest challenge that we have. We actually had somebody who actually pushed for that bill to pass in Parliament early this year, they were pushing to talking about monetize social media in the country of Zambia, so that even artists can actually have, artists as well as creatives can actually get to have a share of the cake. But that was cut down. In as much as, yes, government would want you to use you, or probably political parties would want to use you to do campaign songs. Don't you think also artists now, it's about time that they get to unite also to make sure that they push the government, to make sure that the government also does something for the artists? Because I, for one, I feel it should be a win-win thing.
Have you seen how hard it has been for this generation just to find their originality of the type of music they want to push Kuchaba? And that has been like the biggest problem. This is why we're still, lack of a better word, struggling to make it in other countries. Have you seen how We have people like Samba the Great. She's been there. Her music is doing very well, but how many people are supporting her movement? It's like everyone wants to win alone. And when you win, they'll claim you, say you're very own. They don't want to be part of the journey. They don't want to push the agenda. How many people are supporting Yomaps' movement? How many people are supporting Chile One's movement? They are there, they're supporting, but in the background, they're like, there's always such things that are happening at the end of the day right there. If you were to ask how Nigerians made it, and I was having a conversation with someone, a friend of mine from Nigeria, they will tell you saying the government came in when they saw how the artists were supporting themselves. But you find certain sectors, and just this very week, I was having another interview with someone from South Africa, one of the guys that is in Zambia. They're about to bring Rams Noah and also Rita Dominic. He was saying, in the movie in South Africa, there is no support from the government. That's what he was saying. It's just maybe in music where people get their royalties. That's what he's mentioning. So the struggle of royalties is not just in Zambia, it's also in other countries. But they have found a way on how to make the money. Even Malawi now, they are able to pay one another from their royalties and how much they feel like they can make from the money that they get to do their music. So togetherness is something that we've been spreading for a long time, but are we ready to make sure that togetherness works for everyone to win? I think that's a conversation that and I feel like we should stop saying, oh, maybe 5 years we should come together, oh, maybe It's just from each one of us to play a role. Even the people, the viewers also, play a role. And also, not just going, Kualolo Mwera, because everybody's saying, this is right. Now, this is right, this is what I'm supposed to follow. No. It's like when you think a certain way, you become a problem to a lot of people because they're going to regard you saying, why is he thinking? It's like everyone can see that this is black. Then you are but this is blue. No one's going to ask you, why have you said it's blue? Maybe out of 10, maybe one person is going to ask you, why have you said it's blue? People are going to say, Albenzel, Akambati in the blue. But when you talk about, mostly because the majority are saying it. Even in the comments now, you have seen in the comments where people, when they post something, they'll go in the comment section to see how, in my comments. If 6-7 people are saying the same thing, even the 8th person is going to say the same thing because they don't want to feel like they don't want to be out of the conversation because they want to be part of the conversation, not what they think is right. Like I said from the start, saying the time that we're going to reach that, yes, everyone's opinion matters, but the time that we're going to reach to a point where we feel like, oh, I can say this, and this is how I think this is, and someone will come and disagree without looking at your opinion as you don't know what you are saying. But let's have such conversations where we feel like this is wrong. Oh, why have you said this is wrong? You explain your part, and the other person says, oh, this is A, B, C, D. Everyone thinks different. The same way. Tionika wosiyana pamenso, nakuganiza, tiganiza wosiyana. That's why God made us different, how we look, even how we think is different. At the end of the day, we've come up with a common agreement on how we feel like, oh, so you thought it's like this, I also thought it's like this, then the common ground comes in.
Okay.
That's
now,
what
we've seen artists, PMC, who have done political songs before, and they're not some people to talk about now in the music industry.
Yeah.
And also, I have to mention this, for the fact that in as much as you mentioned, some people will take it as business, and you have to do this because of the partners and everything. Different political parties have got different manifestos and beliefs. And probably you might find this certain political party, these beliefs are not good for a certain nation, or probably a certain citizen, or probably citizens outside there in the country, the majority of citizens. The manifesto is not good for the citizens. And yet, here is an artist who's got a very big movement, or probably very big influence on social media as well as in the country at large. If this person gets to influence a lot of Zambians outside there to vote for a certain person who has got very bad ideologies, probably very bad manifesto for the country of Zambia, but yet is getting the monies. What do you make of that?
it's again, it's business.
It's business, but
it's misleading.
Generation, we're talking about your kids also, because the kids are going to suffer because of
the consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's where people don't see it in both ways. Okay. But at the end of the day, like I said, I have conversations with these guys.
Mm.
They have a justification. They will tell you, they will justify themselves. They will tell you, saying, look at our industry, D-Black. Look at the Zambian music industry. And some, they even fake it. They even go as far as faking it. Fake it until you make it. You think they are making money, but they're not making money just by doing the music itself. Okay? Yes, we understand. That's why I even mentioned, and I keep on mentioning this, bro, is that even the people that are able to watch and see, they're the final boss. The voters are the final boss. They know who they feel like is the right candidate. They know, deep down their heart, they know, saying, this is just a song, but this manifesto makes sense. Everyone knows, even the youth, a normal youth, can follow the conversation and see, saying, okay, this is why you see some people saying, it's a Tinaleko following a Manyimbu. We will follow what the manifesto is saying. Even right now, D-Black, how many youths are taking interest in reading what each presidential candidate's manifesto is? You see? Most people want to go with the ESA or what Facebook is saying, and some don't even understand. It's the same thing, D-Black. There are programs that we have on Prime TV that maybe a political party will pay to air those programs. Does that mean that Prime TV is endorsing that candidate? Okay? Even the TV station, it's business also. You pay, it will show. It's almost the same thing.
Maybe they should be putting disclaimers in that song. Like, you should put disclaimers in that song.
A paid for song.
Yeah, like, this doesn't talk about your maps or probably this guy. This is a paid for advert. They even put a disclaimer there. It's even better like that, don't you think so? Like what we do on the time we're playing political songs here, we say we'll put a disclaimer. Don't you think also artists should also put disclaimers to say this is a paid for song, and that's what I'm doing for, I've been paid? You know?
I don't think the value will be the same. If you put a disclaimer for the songs, for TVs, but for the songs, I think they do it deliberately, because imagine once your mind just knows saying Oyumundu Adipiraj, don't you feel like people will just be So there are people that don't know that such things are paid for. There are people that needs to be told in other areas. Me, I've always told people saying, just because you're on certain level, it doesn't mean that Chalo Johnson is level. Just because you are able to eat 3 times in a day, doesn't mean that everyone in the country is eating 3 times. The problem comes in when we think everything is at your level. If you deem like you don't have money, everyone don't have money. There's a drama zavut. But we now ngoda bataenda pa ATM watu sandrama zambili maningi. We now ngoda ndaula ini ni china 10 kwacha. We now kamba bata ini kabisa kwa 100,000 na vindu bankalako wewe. So like there are levels of things. It's the same thing. There are levels of I don't know, man. It's a big conversation. But like I said, I talk to these guys. In most cases, they will justify a certain thing. They will justify and they will tell you saying, the reason we do this and this and this. No, they give you the reasons. They will tell you saying, you are in the industry. Tell me how much money I'm making from the streams. Tell me this and this and that and that and that. This is why most artists, I would love to have a conversation with an artist saying they are big, okay, and they will justify themselves by saying, me, I've not just been approached yet by any political party to do a political song, okay? I've just not been approached. But if I was approached and they give me a deal and I just refused, okay, because I feel like this does not sit well with me, then I'll say, this artist, he knows what he's doing. We're just saying from without G-Black. Today they give you 5 million in your pocket. Just one song. Okay? Or just. What are you going to do about it?
The first, obviously. But the thing is, let's look at now the implications of all this. We've seen what is happening to Wishy Busy. This is a debate that we should talk about, PMC. what is happening to Rishi Busy now? Rishi Busy reached out and said the fact that he's been removed from most of the.
Is that true?
Things. That's what we've seen also.
Is that true? So before I came on set, I was just doing some research. I'm here to get more information on this issue. So there's a song I saw. One of the guys from the organized family. It has Richie Biz in it. There's a song. I think if our director is ready to play that clip, just few minutes ago, I'm sure you're going to see it after 14 hours ago. Let's check out the clip so that we see, okay? Because I even saw later the statement from the government saying no one has been, I don't know if you saw that, no one has been removed from performing. I don't know, man. But let's check out what one of the guys from the organized family was vibing to a song. It has Richie Busy, it has other artists as well that have done certain songs for other political parties.
Let's get to hear.
Yeah.
Guys, VAR is very happy with you guys. Konse kopala eastern, southern, northern, west, western, muchinga lwapula. Mwamenyetsa guys, well done. Andi mwafikari, tieni nayo. Guys, VAR is very happy with you guys. Konse kopala eastern, southern, northern, west, western, muchinga lwapula. Mwamenyetsa guys, well done. Andi mwafikari, tieni nayo.
So I'm sure you can hear Richard Busy's voice.
Yeah, it's not AI.
So you think it's AI?
I mean, anything is possible, man. Like if you look at that, you are living an AI.
Don't you think by now you would have seen Richard Busy's statements on his Facebook? That's the same energy that you brought up.
Yeah, but the fact is, I don't know, man, because we've seen the organized family also posting the fact that they were left out at some point.
Yeah,
and that got this conversation going on, and I, for one, was thinking, I never thought of this collaboration going on and going to happen, and probably something that was in the pipeline, probably something to just make people be aware of what is coming, like what musicians do, the funny part of how people do in terms of when the market's a song.
Yeah.
But however, is it possible doing a song from Mundubile as well as...
It looks like it's happening.
So I don't know. It shows the level of how business is now.
I don't know. I can't say much about it because I don't have the full information. But it looks like it's happening because that video is recent. A lot of are posting right now. So we don't know. I'm yet to get more information from Richie Busy.
If it's so, then I'll actually be happy as a Zambian to see a person who has done a song for Mundubile also doing a song for the UPN. It shows unity at the end of the day. It doesn't show division. Because I know for the fact that if you look at an artist who has done a song for UPN, he has done a song for probably the Tonsia Alliance, and probably for Citizens First, Hadikarava. One artist who has done those songs and those guys are pushing them one way. I feel it shows unity as artists. But if in case in team in team even for my questions, because it looks like you are dividing now your fans as well as dividing Zambia at large.
Can I ask you a question? Can we compare politics with business? Yes,
of course, there has to be some business part.
Yes or no? Can we compare politics and business? So this question is a follow-up question.
Compare business and politics. I would say somehow. Or you just want a yes or no answer?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Politics are politics. Business is so, but somehow it all involves. I don't know. They're probably interdependent. I don't know.
There's this thing where if you work for Prime TV, imagine you work for Prime TV.
Yeah.
Is it right to work for another media house?
I've seen people who are working for certain, doing part-time for certain.
Yeah, part-time.
Part-time for a certain.
But is it right?
For a certain TV station, doing part-time for a certain radio station as well.
So do you feel like there will be interest of what?
Conflict of interest. Yeah. Okay, but if you're doing TV and TV, that is wrong. If you're doing radio and TV, I feel it can match.
But don't you feel it can also be the same thing with all this thing where, like you gave an example, if I do a song for this political party A, then I do another political party song for political B, and both I was praising them. I say political party. Don't you feel like at some certain point, that's where you mentioned saying you're going to confuse the people, because now you explain what political party A is doing and you also explain what political party B is doing. Don't you feel like now you're confusing the people? Or
you're not confusing them because you've told them. They say you yourself has given them. They all flame that music is business. So if they pay you, if both parties pay you, you're doing it for business. Those guys are going to give you their manifesto, and probably you're gonna release a song based on that manifesto, and you're gonna release another song based on that other camp's manifesto. So it's about business. Like you flame it in your own sense, it's business. So if in as much as citizens outside there know that it's business, then it's all good. But if citizens don't have that information that it's business, they will actually see you're affiliated with this certain movement. You get. But if at all you've actually mentioned to your followers or probably the fans as well as citizens, say, okay, this is business. I can do a song for Munduvili. I can do a song for HH. It's all good.
So my thought is, for as long as the artists are doing this, and for as long as the artists are being approached, it means that music has the power, and it only comes back to you as an artist. How does your conscience makes you feel? Everyone has a conscience. Everyone has something that will tell you saying, to kill someone it's wrong. Before you get arrested, you know, saying, if I kill someone, I'm going to be arrested. So deep down your heart, you know what is right. Before that word of you saying, this is business, you know, saying this is wrong and this is right. Deep down your heart. So if your conscience allows you and you are happy, 100% you are happy, and you are telling yourself saying, oh, this is right, I can do both songs, it's okay, it's you, it's how you feel. Like I said, everyone, this is why we have democracy, we have change of government. This government comes in with their manifesto, they do what they have to do, another government comes in and they do what they have to do, at the end of the day right there. Everyone is entitled to whatever that they feel like they are supposed to do. So this is where as PMC, I feel like if your conscience tells you this is business and it's right, there's no guilty part about it, there's no need of you explaining to anyone, then you're good to go. You know what is right at the end of the day.
But let's also dive into Zam also. Don't you think at this moment, or probably when they seek at this kind of things, whereby how artists are valued in terms of campaign, don't you think they should capitalize on these moments and probably match up to government and say, okay, you are using artists too much. We also want to benefit from the government as artists. Having proper conversations with the government of the day can help out musicians at the end of the day. If you see these artists coming in now, PMC, and how songs are flowing in on YouTube. Just the other day, I was some certain artists, I wouldn't mention them so because of their privacy. I was saying very big names in the music industry. They were doing a political song somewhere at the studio where I was, and I did ask them a couple of questions. And one thing that hit me is the fact that these guys were talking about just actually getting that money and nothing else. Just getting that money and nothing else. It really pained me somehow. But the fact is that Zam actualizing the whole situation right here, the president of before. Looking at this scenario right now, don't you think it's about time that Zam also gets to wake up and say, we have to actualize with this and see these people in government? This is just a period that we're having now, from now until August. After August, these songs no one will actually be vibing to these songs. No one will be interested in artists. They'll be damned.
For a while now, ever since we had the new Zam, my thought is I'm yet to see the agenda with what they have to offer. To be honest with you, I've been promoting Zambian music for the last 10 years. And you and me, saying the only thing we hope for is to see
better
Zambian music industry where it becomes, there are few artists that are making money, but just because there are few artists that are making money, we can't speak on behalf of those that don't know how to make the money. You get, because they don't have the right people to help them, okay, or to direct them. Because even the same people that are making money, they won't just go out and give information for free. Zam, I was part of Zam. There's my membership that I did pay. But because I just wanted to see how things are moving and how things are.
You were part of Zam as what? As an artist?
No, I was part of Zam as a promoter because I wanted to see.
So there is a section for promoters in Zam?
You can join. You're a media personnel.
It's not Zambian Association of
Musician, but what is music?
Does it
with
DJ
promoters? With the promoters, yes. So even a DJ can join.
But how does it represent?
You play a role. You play music on radio if you're a Zambian radio presenter. So it does. It's not just about artists, because you deal with artists every day.
But it's called Zambian Association of Musicians.
Yes, but you need to be part of it.
It's not Zambian Association of Promoters.
No.
Or DJs.
No. That's where people don't understand. Anyone can join Zam because they have interest in what they want to see the artists are doing. It's not just the artist. I'm not supposed to be an artist for me to be part of a member of Zam, no. Anyone, even a promoter can join Zam, even a producer. Because he's producing music for the artist. What if tomorrow a producer decides to do a song where he's not singing but he just puts in the artist? What if me as a promoter tomorrow, I'm pushing a certain artist, okay, I become a manager, but I don't know what Zam is offering. I need to know. So that's why I decided to join, because I need to know. I can't just talk from without, Zam is not doing this, Zam is not doing this, why is this not happening? But I'm not part of the Zam. So that's the reason why I decided to join, because I wanted to see what they are doing. We saw them playing football, we saw them this happening, we saw them Even when the Rich Busy statement came out, I saw Mr. Brian Wembia posting the same post, not putting in consideration what will Zam do about such things. Like you mentioned, these are concerns, and they're very good concerns. It's like you write D-Black saying, I'm not happy with Zam. Then the Zam president saying, D-Black says he's not happy with Zam. So meaning Zam has not taken time to reach out to D-Black saying, why is D-Black not happy with Zam? You get. So I don't know, maybe they did. Like I said, we're not on the ground. Like I said also, everyone has an explanation to something, but we will never know the explanation if you don't put it in public domain. If you just keep it quiet. It's like you say, you are telling us saying you are working, but we can't see the work. You are saying we're going to see it after a while. Do you think people are going to see you saying, oh, you're working? Oh, I'm saying that. But still, I'm going to talk about ground, but make sure that I'm saying it up. Because Mukambache from without, okay? So we want to see the result at the end of the day. So this is my humble appeal to Zam. Let us be updated on what is really going on, because this is concerning your people. The same way they update us when Kurimariro, they are always going to give us an update. It's the same thing. And there are things, this is like a common thing in our country where because it's election time, my elections are kapita. This conversation will come back again after 5 years. It will come back again. We'll see more artists doing political songs. Okay? We'll still come back to this conversation, speaking about the same thing. Yeah, I'm talking about 20 years. Even in an era, I was having an interview with Michael Zulu. He was explaining, saying, once upon a time, this same thing happened. We're talking about maybe 10 years ago. The same thing happened. Even people, like, it will still come back. If there are no solutions, it will still come back. So meaning something is not being done. I feel like if you want solutions to happen, let something not repeat itself again. Then meaning you are working towards something. That's just my thought.
Your thoughts are very valid, PMC. And the fact that why I brought up the issue of ZAM is because so far they've been doing a great work in terms of organizing, uniting artists, organizing them, probably organizing football games. We see a lot of games which have happened, and probably they've put out some monies. And I don't know, you said you're part of ZAM at some point. I would want to find out the agenda of ZAM, probably see the aim of ZAM, and just see. I would love to. I would definitely get to visit them soon. As Deep Black, will get to visit them soon, and see probably what they have to offer. But let's get to move on. We have this issue happening now, PMC, and we're towards elections, and we've seen now artists that I've never thought of doing. For one, and I've never seen the people doing political songs. I never pictured. They said this guy also is doing political songs.
Like who?
So I've mentioned
like who?
So like this more and them.
So what does that tell you about the industry?
It tells me how they have raised up the bar, but again, I'm looking at how this bar they've raised. Again, looking at how cheap they've made it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. If I say they've raised the bars, like if you see how Dismo and them are living their lives now, you see, okay, these guys are really doing it. Obviously, a certain money was offered to them to do a political song. They did it. Somehow it shows me that we are really suffering as an industry. We are really not there where we are supposed to be. Your boy, Your Mouse, is probably one of the artists who's according to what is there. I don't know, I can't prove it, but according to what is there, it's probably the most artist who's making the most shackles in the country of Zambia in terms of entertainment-wise. He's done a song for the UPND, he's done a song for the PF government, and that has really gone on and on. But I'm looking at how the bars have been raised, whereby I was really thinking to myself, I think, man, what is all the political song of South Africa and Zambia? I feel they are safe. They're making some monies because of some other endorsements, as well as how the monies are coming in via the digital platforms and everything. So I was thinking, we are safe now. We're good. It's not how it used to be way back, whereby we used to depend on Super Shine to sell our CDs so that we can get monies and probably go to perform for my shows, Yama 1 pin. Because nowadays artists are performing for 20,000, 15,000 for shows. It's not like how it used to be all the way back in the times of Wadawakudala, whereby people would perform for 1.5, 2 pin, and my 800. You get? But now it's a whole different faction altogether. So I was really surprised to see how artists have raised the bars too high. But again, everyone is going there. It would have been great whereby I actually had 2 or 3 artists doing political songs. But it's like now the whole industry now. It's trying to do a political song.
Can I remind you when KMP came in the picture? Look at how many people went to KMP. When Nexus is not new, by the way. Nexus has always been there. But when it came again, okay, how many artists went, I don't know whether they were approached or went to be signed. What does that tell you? For example, KMP. So if artists are really making money, do you think like an artist would really want to be signed by another record label? Or maybe because they feel like they need to make more money? Like I said, we don't know what they have to say. We don't know why, but all we can say is what we are seeing is that there's need for them to make more money from whatever that they've been doing. That's just my thought. It's almost the same thing that you are saying, you raise the bar high. Let me tell you, rap artists will tell you, saying, hey, our careers are difficult to make money compared to a singer. This is why you find your biggest artist is not a rapper, but a singer now. There was a time that the Muidas, the Makitu, were rappers, but still making money. But if you ask them, they'll tell you, saying, beef is a sheer waste of time because we're just making people happy. Because you're dividing. They were dividing. There are people from Lusaka used to support Lusaka. People from the Copperbelt used to support Copperbelt. But were they really making good money? Maybe once in a while when organizers decide to say, so that one the event. But was that music giving them money where today I want to stream a beef song because I want to give back to my artist? How many people can do that? And pirates is still there. Pirates, people are not yet there to go and say, I want to have an online streaming platform on my phone so that I can be giving back to this artist. Few people are doing that. We need to be talking about things that are happening. Most people, even now, when you go, way in downtown, the guy go some CD. Just because you have an iPhone, because you are not able to put music, there are other people who are still putting music in the flash. These are things that are still happening, even now. So your level is different because you are at that level. You are able to buy bundles. You are able to stream. It's your level. But there are other people that are not able to do all those things. But they would rather what? Buy a CD and listen to the music. So it's a different thing. So maybe we don't know at their level where they are as artists. They're at the level where they now know, saying, money comes first, business comes first. I don't care how much I've invested in my image and my branding and my people. Whatever that takes for me to make money, I'm going to make money. I just don't know. But I can't speak on their behalf because I don't know what they have to say.
PMC, thank you so much, man. It's been a great conversation.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. Yeah.
So I've been talking to the typical PMC himself, Philemon Mwanza. Of course, this has been the Saturday edition of Wake Up Zambia Breakfast Show. We come to on Saturday again with another exciting show. That's Wake Up Zambia. For now, it's a wrap. God bless Zambia. On behalf of Kate Nimwanza, top there. It's a wrap for now.